So the software that I want to use today and talk about is called Evernote. Do you ever find yourself carrying around too much paper, or do you find that you don't have an efficient way to organize your files, or do you want to work on a document or a drawing, for instance, and you want to have other people work on it with you, but you don't want to have to send it to them every time you make a change? Well, Evernote can really help you out with all three of these things. So the first thing that it can do is document scanning. Evernote allows you to scan any document into the app or the desktop app. You can even do it on the iPad. If you're going to use Evernote, I really highly suggest that you get an iPad. Another thing that it can do is help you with file organization. With Evernote, you can put your files into different folders and you can search anything in those files, even if you hand wrote the note. So on your iPad, if you're handwriting your notes, like let's say you're in a class and you're just kind of handwriting down the notes that the professor's talking about, most of the time and in most apps, if you're writing it down, you can't go back later and search in your handwriting what the professor said. But with Evernote, you can search for your handwriting. If you notice right here that they kind of had a picture here that shows that you can search written word or you can search written word or typed word, excuse me, or written word. Either way, it's really helpful. Another thing that it allows, like I mentioned earlier, was for collaboration. Evernote allows you to put documents into what they call spaces, and anyone in that space can view it, edit it, or save the note. It's really helpful because if somebody, it's kind of like Google Docs. If somebody wants to write on a note or use a note that you have started, you can share that note with them and put it in that space and allow everybody to work on it without you having to keep sending it to them every time somebody makes a change. So the takeaway of Evernote is that it allows you to get rid of the paper and be more organized. It also allows you to take your office, or if you're a student, on the move and you can take it wherever you're at. For example, I was a real estate agent for about a year and a half, and I was very rarely in my office sitting in front of my computer. And so with my iPad, I was able to take notes from clients, and when I was walking through houses, trying to see if it meets the criteria of my clients, I had my iPad with me with those notes on there that I was able to check off and use my pencil to be able to see that I was doing what I was supposed to be doing. So it's really helpful. So let's take a look at the little demo here. So the first thing I want to show you is that this is just kind of how it's all laid out. It's all in your notebooks here. So your notebooks that you have right here would be put up right there, where you have your shared files right there, and you can of course search your notes up here. So first off, I just kind of made two little notes here that I wanted to kind of show you a little bit. The first thing is that you can copy and paste all your pictures or anything like that that you have from the internet, from your desktop or wherever, and you can put them right into your note. And you can also change all of your the typing and everything, all of your your size and your font and those kinds of things on the MacBook here. Now the iPad is going to be a little bit different since you can write with it, so it'll have options for your pen, pencil, and things like that. The next thing I want to show you is that let's say you had a ton of notes over here and you were just looking for one specific phrase or sentence or word. So let's go back up to here and you can click on search notes. And let's say I want to search for the word West. I was looking for West Texas A&M and I couldn't find it. So if you give it a second, it'll pop it up here and it'll find all of your notes that has the word West in it, and then it'll highlight it for you, which is really, really helpful. The next thing is, let's say this is the note that you wanted to share. You wanted other people to look at and be able to mark it up and edit it if they wanted to. You just click on this share button right up here, and it allows you to enter the name if you have their contact in your computer already, or you can enter the email to send that invite to them. And you can also change their permissions. Like I said, when I was a real estate agent, all I would do if I was sending something to a client, usually I would just let them view it. Just so that they could text me and say, hey, no, this isn't right, or this looks good to me, kind of thing. It was much easier than letting them be able to write on it. So This is kind of a brief overview of Evernote and the way it works. So I really hope that if you decide that you like it, that you decide you want to use it. Another app that works really well, which is kind of goes along the same lines as Evernote, is Notability. I've used both. I really like them both, but they each have their drawbacks definitely. So I encourage you to take a look at them if you are interested. Thanks.